Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen, we're back here with Odin the Allfather. So I'm going to go over Conquest and a couple other game modes right after that with a different type of builds. So if you're playing Odin and Conquest, more than likely probably playing as the support in the dueling, so I want to cover that first. So with Conquest and some game modes in general, you do want to have a starter item. For support, you have the Watcher's Gift, which is going to greatly help you with the gold, since supports are typically behind in gold and experience. This will help you out there. And of course with the HP and mana on the passive there. Or you can go with the Market Vanguard. This is more focused towards early aggression and or just you're laning against an Ares, which Ares has 2 damage over time effects, which the passive on Market Vanguard will greatly reduce that. Now going to boots for warriors as a support, you have a few options here. You can go to the warrior tabby if you're just looking just for damage. You can go to the Reforged Greaves, a little bit more situational. If the enemy team has a lot of crowd control, this will help reduce that. Or if you're just looking for tankiness, this has the 150 HP. Or you can go to the Talaria boots on a similar note with the Watcher's Gift, just helping you out with gold and making faster rotations towards objectives with that bonus 14% movement speed while out of combat, and of course HP 5. You can never go wrong with that. Then you definitely go into a aura item. Aura items are always great for team fights, things like that, and also important to note that aura effects also apply to you, so you get that additional magic protections in the HP 5. So definitely a core item for supports. Next, now Hardware Amulet is really good. Just make sure you're fighting against a team comp that has some magical damage. If it's a team comp that is like 3 ADCs and 2 Guardians, Hardware Amulet might not be the best pickup. But if they have like a high burst mage like Agni or Poseidon, things like that, then this would be a good pickup to have. And then after that, it goes into the situational route. If it's like mostly physical gods, you can go to the Midgardian or Hide Enemy and Lion. That'll greatly help counter those physical gods like assassins, ADCs, like things like that. We don't see Void Shield picked up too much. I do want to see it picked up. Like it's a really great item if you have a pretty good physical carries on your team. That will help out with their damage to pick up. Magic's Blessing, always a great pickup if you're having trouble, initiating. As soon as you try to leap in with your 1 or so, and you get like CC'd right away, and that just kind of denies your ultimate, this can help you absorb 1 hard crowd control effect. Or you can go into a Spirit Robe, which is a really strong item, giving you more cooldown reduction. Is always great, so you can get more initiations off more circles. So it just kind of varies on the situation you have at hand, since almost all games are different. Now going into, let's say like Arena and just for a more of a bruiser build in general, I definitely have Warrior Tabby. Now Odin is just infamous for the Bird Bomb combination where you just pop the 2 and pop the 1, and then from there you just kind of swing. The 3 doesn't do too much damage, but to help augment your burst damage, definitely go into the Warrior Tabby. Just looking for high physical power items and also penetration. So going into that, you can go into Yoentrath. Yoentrath will greatly help you out. It's a really great all-around useful item for warriors and assassins alike that just get most of their damage from abilities. This will help you out greatly. And then you can go into things like Shifter Shield. You can go into that, a really good bruiser item, really high physical power, giving you protections, things like that. It's a little costly, but it's a really great item overall. Or you can go into the Runeforge Hammer. Or you can go to the Frostbound Hammer, which has everything you ever want to counter assassins and ADCs of alike. So you can pick that up there. So let's just stick with something like Runeforge Hammer. Go in the Shifter Shield. On the penetration, what I was talking about earlier, Titan's Bane is great for that. Or you can go into more situational items like Winged Blade. Winged Blade is great to counter slows, like if you're fighting an Alposh or just a team con with a bunch of slows. This will help you out there. So a lot of situational items that you can pick up. So just kind of adjust accordingly. Let's go with the Titan's Bane here, and then let's just go with Magic's Blessing. So something like this. Overall, we have a really high physical power, 200 physical power, 161 physical defense, and 78 magical defense. So you can adjust it. Like if you're going against, you know, numerous amount of mages, you can obviously switch some things out for like Hardward Amulet. Or if you're just like the main initiator and the main tank, definitely you can still pick up Sovereignty instead of like Shifter Shield, something like that, just to be more of a supportive role. So now going into actives, of course, always say they're always optional. Some actives that do work really well with Odin to note is Shield the Underworld. This is really great for most supports in general, just because you're just in the front line, always getting hit. So if you do, you know, your normal pounce in, trap them, and then let's say they have an enemy Poseidon, which you know you're going to get crack and things like that. You just pop the Shield on the World, and then for one, you can't be lifestealed off, so a great counter against assassins and ADCs, and also it's great against high burst targets, reflecting 40% of all damage taken before mitigation. So it's a really strong active to pick up as a frontliner. Or you can go into you know, a blink of your choosing. I wouldn't really recommend the combat blink. It's too long of a cooldown, but you can go to a blink just so you can save your leap to leap out. Let's say if they have too much burst damage, or let's say you're a little behind in XP gold, you know, you've been feeding, you just be honest with yourself, you've been feeding a little bit, but you still want to be initiator, you can go with a blink, trap them in, and then just kind of just bail. You can do something like that just so your teammates can have, you know, just the circle to just trap the enemy. So you can go into something like that. Or you can go into something like the cancel actives. Yeah, that's right, cancel actives. But you can go into something like the Creep and Curse. So as soon as you jump in, pop the Creep and Curse to slow their movement speed, so you can ensure that they don't really get out of your range of your circle. You can pick that up. So he does have quite a bit of good actives that really complement his kit. Or you can do Sprint. Probably heavily agility. Odin's a little bit more of the support side, but the idea is, you know, really high movement speed, because most people, they tend to backpedal when fighting an Odin, or just, you know, in general, never do this. Your movement speed is always slower backpedaling. But if you have really high movement speed with like Winged Blade or Sprint or Heavenly Agility, you can just, it'd be the same thing as a blink. You can just go really fast and then just leap in and close the gap really quickly. So that pretty much wraps it up for the build video. You guys can let me know your Odin build in the comment section below if you want. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.